Yeah, it should be working now. Yeah, it's because OBS is fucking dyslexic and decides to remove my microphone from the actual settings. It's like, no, it's fine. I didn't want to use my microphone that I spent like a decent amount of money on. It's fine. No worries, OBS. You know best. Yeah, I was just saying, Death Battle usually make a lot of mistakes. Like, even when they get the outcome right, they still, like, make a lot of mistakes. So, it is what it is. And then I was reading Fran's message, the billion mistakes on how they didn't make any mistakes. That is incredibly naive. Like, Screwattacks make mistakes, like, literally every single fucking video. Yeah, how's everyone doing? We'll just do a little bit of setting the stream up. And then before we begin the video, I'm just gonna do one more check on the fireplace. Basically, like, I started a fire downstairs just because it's like -1 degrees in this fucking country at the moment because of some shitty cold snap from the Siberian winds or whatever it is. So, yeah, I started a fire so I don't freeze my nuts off. And unfortunately, you know, I don't want to burn to death, so I'm just gonna keep checking on the fire. Just to make sure it's okay. So yeah, how's everyone doing? Anyways, we can just be chilling at the moment. I don't mean to say they never make mistakes, but saying a million is hyperbole. I mean, first time for everything. First time for it. Death Battle poorly explain their reasoning. If you read the black boxes, they explain things very well. I mean, even when they explain things well, like, they still manage to fuck things up. It's honestly quite the impressive feat. One second. We're nearly ready. One thing I don't like about this Death Battle is how contrived it is. It should have been Bowser versus Eggman, not Eggman's army versus Bowser's army. Yeah, I've heard that they give literally everything to Eggman. Like in terms of the shit he's used over the years. So I'm kind of curious to see how it goes. Alright, just double check the fire isn't going to burn the house though. We are good. The house is still in one piece. Alright, we'll turn off Sky's theme for now. Where is it? Right, let's get into it. The moment I stopped watching Death Battle was the time they actually thought Donkey Kong was stronger than Knuckles. I mean, there was quite a few videos that I stopped watching them on. Hulk vs. Doomsday, that was an old one that I thought they fucked up. What other ones? Mario vs. Sonic, that was another one. See you later, bitch. Yeah, well, that would...
Sponsored by Marvel Snap and Prize Picks.
Alright, let's have a cheeky little look. Okay, so... just looking off of this image, it looks like there's a lot going on here. Fucking hell, they gave him the Egg Dragoon. Is anyone else going to join you in DC?
Eggman,
if they want to?
The king of the Koopas and the baddest of badniks. And they're not alone.
He's Wiz and I'm Boom.
Fucking hell, are they going to give him literally
and
everything?
It's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Ah, the Mushroom Kingdom. A peaceful land of kindness, adventure, love.
Ah, boring! Move aside, princess. It's time this place got way more awesome. Here comes King Koopa himself, better known...
love them or hate them, they are pretty entertaining.
...as Bowser.
The moment this orphan star child was found by Kamek, it was clear Bowser would command the disparate outcasts of the Mushroom world. the Koopa clan.
Sadly, not everyone's born a toad, and they treat these critters like monsters.
Full name. Oh dear.
Faded
Okay,
to a
fair.
life of
I love this. He hates swimming. Lol.
infinite jump farming for one-ups.
Bowser wanted a different world, but Princess Peach Toadstool would
just gonna
never
put it in
allow
a-
the
shall I
evil
speed it
king's
up a
day
little
in the
bit?
sun. Her light was so bright, Bowser became infatuated with her.
So he turned all the toads into bricks and kidnapped her, putting their princess in another castle, and another, like 40 years of castles, only to be released if she agrees to marry him and his dad bod.
Yet he was foiled time and time again by those pesky Mario brothers. However, Bowser is nothing if not persistent.
Look at him! Dude's built like a brick house strapped to a saw trap. That spike shell takes a lot of punishment. Not even the weight of a castle can scratch it, especially when he rolls up like a prehistoric Beyblade.
And the Koopa King doesn't just breathe fire and control lava.
So, like, right off the gate, they're already, like, trying to lowball Bowser. Like, they're like, oh, the weight of a castle doesn't stop him. Like, really? You think surviving a castle is gonna, like... It's gonna do, like, literally anything?
He commands.
Tell you what, would you... where do they put their black boxes? Do they put them in, like, the top right? Yeah, they seem to put them in the top right. Okay, I'm gonna move my webcam so we can actually see. Hold on. I don't know what I just moved, but it wasn't the webcam. Oh shit, that's not what I want to do either. Just bear with me a sec. There we go. Well, I don't know if they...
Time again by those pesky Mario brothers. However, Bowser is nothing
see.
if not persistent.
Look at him! Dude's built like a brick house strapped to a solid Beyblade.
And the Koopa King doesn't just breathe fire and control lava, he commands nature itself.
Spitting meteors from outer space.
So it's like, fire breath, immense strength, inhale, size alteration, magic. See, like, they do a pretty good job of listing his abilities, but like... I mean, who the hell cares? They could probably just get something from, you know, like, Versus Battle Wiki or
The
whatever.
earth with a snap, inhaling torrents of wind, straight up calling down lightning. What else has he got?
Oh, just a little dabbling in dark magic.
Hell yeah, Wizard Turtle.
The original NES manual even
Well, wait, what's this? Let's have a cheeky little read.
in dark magic.
Hell yeah, Wizard Turtle.
The original
Objective of the game description: the quiet, peace-loving mushroom people were turned into mere stones, bricks, and even field horsehair plants. The Mushroom Kingdom fell into ruin.
NES manual even describes him as a sorcerer king. Magic is how he turned the toads into bricks, only countered by the princess's heart magic.
But that's not all the magic he's mastered. Telekinesis, creating perfect clones, reanimating his undead skeleton, and worst of all, ruining every game of Mario Party. Hey, no! I stole those coins fair and square!
Fair
Bowser
enough.
spent decades hoarding treasures, coins, magic star rods, warships, clown cars, you name it.
According to Miyamoto, Paper Mario is canon, mainline games frequently reference it and vice versa. In these games, Bowser resists time stops and his Star Rod matches Star Spirits who create Dream but Deeper.
This is the same guy that created multiple flying castles fashioned after his own face.
Yeah, he's definitely got an ego.
See, like, the problem with this is that they're basically listing shit that he's done rather than explaining how OP they are.
On him, he's talked about
Because
how
it's like, I don't really know much about Mario, so again, like, forgive me if I'm just completely fucking wrong. But, like, I'm fairly certain with the Dream Dimension or whatever it is, you can get Bowser to, like... I don't even know. Like, with the Dream Dimension or, like, the Dream Depot or whatever it is, I'm pretty sure you can get Bowser to, like, low multiversal or something like that. But they're not going to talk about that, are they? Which is really annoying.
having a 4-digit IQ, but I've seen this moron put death traps in his own backyard. A man after my own heart.
Despite his clumsiness, Bowser's charisma and leadership brought many to his side. Not enough to defeat Mario, but his army doesn't make it easy on the Red Plumber.
They're the most wicked band of misfits this side of World 8-4. The Koopa Troop.
An army spanning multiple territories across the Mushroom World and beyond.
Goombas, Koopas, the Troopas, and the others make up the infantry. Some with wings, some in...
See, like, I think we can all agree that Bowser's army is fodder. Like, let's be, like, Bowser's army is fucking fodder. Let's be honest. It's, most of the time, it's Bowser doing the work.
shoes, and some even in race cars. They're the red shirts, first in and First out.
Piranha plants, bloopers, and lakitus use their surroundings to get the jump on unsuspecting prey, by land, sea, or sky.
He does have a huge array of characters at his disposal, though.
We'd be here forever jotting down the small fries. Booze, Shy Guys, sentient bombs with feet, and more.
It was imperative for Bowser
When you get to the Eggman section, you can have a field day.
to
Well,
nurture a
yeah,
unit that covers
like Eggman
their
fucking
own
solo.
vulnerabilities. For example, Kamek and King Boo both have magic, but Boo has battlefield control with illusions and destabilizing dimensions, while Kamek focuses on buffing allies, canceling enemy powers, summoning anything he desires.
Or swapping my items to screw up my Mario Party lead. Not again.
Speaking of items, most of the minions can use pretty much any power-up Mario can. The Goombas make frequent use of Tanuki tails, and Bowser can really get into the cat roleplay. But as the Koopa troop grew and grew, it started to feel less like an army and more like a family unit.
Oh, you mean like his kids, the Koopalings?
They're adopted.
What's the difference?
Good point. Bowser took them in and even trained them in
If they give Eggman Infinite, it's, to be honest, Eggman and Bowser are evenly matched. I mean, not if you give them literally everything, which is what I think they're gonna do.
dark magic.
Though no one's as spoiled as his natural Nepo baby, Bowser Jr., captain of the Koopa Troop.
Spoiled is an understatement. Remember his escapades as Shadow Mario? He terrorized Delfino Plaza with literal evil paint. That whole debacle was basically his attempt at elementary school art class.
And I bet Bowser still has some on the fridge. But really, the king is very protective of his kids. If the fam's in trouble, he can will himself to transform into a giant kaiju.
Holy shit,
All to
that
crush
copies
whatever bully's talking smack.
Maybe a little overkill. Just one punch from Giant Bowser launched a castle out of orbit. Taking into account the flight path and the scale of their universe, Bowser's punch must have hit with a force of over
I really like the new way that they do their editing, by the way.
125 trillion tons of TNT.
So, 125 teratons, so that's in the country levels of range, right? Because exaton, I think, is planetary. Or it could be way higher, actually. No, teratons is in the country levels of range. So yeah, they're massively lowballing Bowser, because even in his base form, he should scale to galaxy level. Since in Super Mario Galaxy, he could tank like a giant fucking black hole. And that was after a fight with Mario. Even without his giant size, Bowser scales to Mario, who can lasso celestial objects, freeze suns with the ice flower, and escape a black hole. See, that's the thing that's fucking stupid. Like, they're like, oh, Bowser should have 125 teratons of force. Meanwhile, in the top right, they just list feats that eclipse that. Like, freezing entire suns.
Wait.
Like, escaping a black hole.
Considering
yeah,
how
at that
Yoshi
point,
punted
wouldn't
poor
Bowser
Raphael
be
the Raven
considered
so
galaxy?
hard he exploded into a constellation of stars, this isn't even close to Bowser's full strength.
So don't bully his kid, especially if he falls into some of Bowser Jr.'s set of black paint. That stuff's scary.
Enough to unleash Bowser's Dark Fury, a form whose very steps cause
I don't think I've actually seen this version.
widespread natural disasters.
Okay, seriously, how does Mario ever beat this guy? He's like Godzilla, Doctor Strange, and John Cena all in one big turtle.
Oh, we're not even to the best part. Bowser's dark magic became so potent he eventually learned how to warp the very fabric of reality.
Anything the king imagines, he makes happen. He turned all of Yoshi's Island into a storybook. And remember those painted worlds?
The Galaxy Games characters can jump right over black holes. Yeah, that's just gameplay. Like, that's just gameplay, that's not canon.
In Mario 6.
Especially since in the Galaxy Games, characters can get one-shot by black holes.
64? Yeah, he made
But
those.
again, that's
and
just
the staircase
gameplay.
that goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on. Oh god, does anyone know how to BLJ?
He also stole ultra-powerful items like the Wonder Flower, which can mold reality like Play-Doh, and the Dreamstone, which can be used to wish someone out of existence.
But his most iconic thefts are those big shiny power stars.
Don't judge a book by its cover. Infant power stars, aka Lumas, can become whole galaxies. They also ferry Mario across the universe in 3
Multiple Mario characters have performed similar universe-traversing feats, such as Millennial Stop.
seconds.
Okay, so
That's
around...
489 quadrillion times light speed.
Obviously, the Big Daddy Grand Stars are even crazier. Bowser used one to power his space
So
kingdom.
massively faster than Light Bowser.
But then, guess who showed up to ruin everything? It's a him!
And when the Grand Star was freed, it caused a chain reaction that destroyed the entire universe via a massive black hole.
Thanks, Space God, that Rosalina showed up to save the day.
Not that Bowser needed.
Rosalina survived this cosmic implosion, is implied to have witnessed multiple Big Bangs. Bowser has directly battled Rosalina in several games after the events of Galaxy, suggesting a comparable level of power. I'm guessing he fights her in Galaxy 2? Because if he's gonna bring up Smash Bros. Or anything like that, that's not canon. So...
saving. He's been swallowed by another black hole and thrown into a star that went supernova.
Imagine if this crazy OP fire turtle had to fight himself. Oh wait, he did, and he beat the hell out of him.
With all his power, it's a wonder he's still
Conquered most of the universe twice, harnessed the power of ground stars, flew to the sun and other galaxies, lifted a 61,000-ton castle, battled the extra-dimensional Kulaks, survived being thrown across the planet, helped Mario save the Mushroom Kingdom, defeated Mario, Luigi, Yoshi, Dementio, and Forful.
hasn't conquered the Mushroom Kingdom. Perhaps it's because his visions of grandeur were never really what he sought. Surrounding him is a crew of outcasts and miscreants like him. Ride or dies that can't be swayed against...
See, again, I've literally no idea, like... They're just... It's like all of his impressive shit, they're just glossing over it.
Oh, are you saying he's secretly happy because he's gonna?
They're just like, oh, let's just hyperfixate on him like throwing a castle into orbit. Meanwhile, in the top right, oh yeah, he's out of Versal, by the way. Like, it's so dumb the way that they do their videos.
That's your family now?
Yeah.
And I feel like the reason they do that is because some of the high tier feats you literally cannot quantify. So I feel as though they bring up, like, low-tier feats just so they can quantify it, so that they can be like, oh, look, we did work.
Yes, but also, when they actually work together, they legitimately conquered most of the known universe, so...
He's a baddie through and through, who will teleport through space and time to show you what's what, because he's no ordinary Koopa. Make way for the king!
Alright, so that's Bowser. Before we go into Eggman, I'm just gonna double-check the fire's okay. Don't want to burn the house down. The fire is okay. See, like, so that was basically the Mario stuff. And honestly, it was literally exactly what I was expecting. Like, they just... like, listed, they kind of quantified one or two feats, and then basically, like, they just, like, kind of listed all of the actual relevant stuff.
This battle is sponsored by Prize Picks.
Prize Picks is the best place to get real money
Alright, let's just gloss over the sponsorship. Let's get to Eggman.
game.
Citizens of Earth, lend me your ears. Imagine a world of endless possibility, where people are free as the wind. Isn't it disgusting? Now imagine a better world.
Trump be like.
One with proper guidance and the technology to bring about global peace.
But Wiz, only a brilliant mind can make that happen.
Not just any brilliant mind, he's a
Their editing is fucking awesome. Like,
genius at heart who knows the dangers within. He's Ivo Robotnik.
Dr. Eggman.
As a mad scientist myself, his story is my inspiration, just as Eggman's was his grandfather, Gerald Robotnik, who sought to create world peace through technology. But then his beloved granddaughter, Maria, was killed by the Guardian Unit of Nations, better known as...
Gun. They're frickin' called G-U-N. Anyway,
Gun,
like he grew
yeah.
up a lonely narcissist because all his family...
they listed the Pure Hearts as something Bowser has, which operates on a multiversal plus level. Okay, is that supposed to be impressive? Like, I hope you're aware, like, characters in Sonic can get to, like, hyperversal casually, like, in Frontiers. Because you gotta keep in mind, a lot of the newer games, like, upscale the previous games. Like, you can casual... like, I'm pretty sure the end in Sonic Frontiers was stated to be a threat to all of creation. So yeah, you could casually get him to, like, hyperversal, maybe outerversal. So it's like...
talked about was Maria this, Maria that, boo-hoo.
Not to mention, you're saying, like, multiversal, like, lowball the shit out of the Sonic characters, they should still be, like, universal, like, no lower. So it's like, the scaling that you're the scaling that you're going with for Mario is, like, pretty casual for Sonic characters. Not to mention Mario characters get blitzed, like, no diff. Like, Fran, you blatantly just don't understand Sonic if you're saying that without Archie feats they cap at multiversal. Like, no, they're casually inaccessible in terms of speed. So yeah, like, even if they were, like, relative in AP, Eggman would still blitz. Like, no diff.
Ooh.
Neglect and envy tainted...
But they're gonna... Multiversal is higher than Uni. Yeah, my point is that she's wanking multiversal, but, like, universal is just casual for Sonic. Like, so basically, like, the high tier scaling for Mario is, like, slightly above casual stuff for Sonic. That's my point.
Ivo's goals of following Gerald's footsteps. He distanced himself from his grandfather's legacy.
Can't wait to
Instead
see
of
how you
bettering the
fuck up
world,
the
he
Eggman
would
section.
conquer it to get the attention he deserved.
No, you mean craved. Desperately craved.
Tomato, tomato.
You just
Also, Mario characters do have incalculable speed feats. Okay, cool, so they cap at infinite, that's fine, they still get blitzed. Like, I'm calling cap on Hyperversal Sonic. I mean, the end was a threat to all of creation, so yeah, you could potentially get him to, like, Outerversal or maybe, like, Hyperversal on low ends. An Eggman with Supreme's gun was capable of killing him, or at the very least, killing his physical form.
said it the same way twice.
He aimed to establish Eggman Land, a capital of science. And this paradise would have worked
We'll see.
just fine if not for that blasted
Hey,
Sonic the
that
Hedgehog.
For
Hedgehog,
years,
lol.
Eggman's plans literally
Just the
blew up
one.
in his face. And he's
Not
a very
Silver or
sort of-
Shadow,
But
no,
just
he
like any
loves
good
them.
experiment, the doctor
Just
did more
Sonic.
testing, seeking better results.
He's created plenty of knickknacks to terrorize the world with. A laser gun, a cloning ray, mind control cannons, a flying armada, typical evil scientist stuff.
Then there's the big ones. He invented a spatial displacement trap, which, while online, scatters a target's atoms across space. Oh, and then there's the metal virus, which
molecular
transmutes organic
manipulation.
tissue into living metal zombies. It's so deadly. it
Oh, they're giving him the metal virus.
created a plague that nearly wiped out all life on Earth.
Shame Eggman never made himself immune to it.
Interesting.
That's a whoopsie.
And when he's not duping you with decoys, he's riding in style with the Eggmobile. It's lightweight for maneuverability, but tough enough to withstand
Have you
moon-sized...
played any of the Mario and Luigi titles? Yeah, I've played quite a few Mario games. I just haven't played the newer ones. Like, I think the last, like, 3D game I played was Galaxy 2. Like, I've not played Odyssey yet. And I've heard really good things about Odyssey. It's just that I don't play on my Nintendo Switch, so...
explosions, and even the center of a black hole.
I mean, it's kind of lame look.
The Sonic Encyclopedia confirms the Hyper-Go-On black hole had an event horizon, the wisp energy comprising it manipulated gravity. Yeah, and it's interesting as well, because the DS version of Sonic Colors implies that Hyper-Go-On energy scales above the Chaos Emeralds. And, like, Eggman's, like, Egg Pod and, Orbot and Cubot and stuff, they just straight up, like, tanked it. So, like, you could honestly scale Eggman above a full set of Chaos Emeralds if you really wanted to.
Looking, but he can plug it into big bad mechs like the Egg Walker or the Death Egg.
And you can also scale weaker versions of Super Sonic above Hyper Go-On energy as well. Considering in Sonic Colors DS, Super Sonic could beat the Naga Mother Wisp, who was basically like the most powerful character in the verse at the time. Well, not
Robot,
Solaris, but you know what I mean.
Giant laser once obliterated 77,000 cubic meters of rock in an instant.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, no. Please don't say they're gonna lowball Eggman to town level.
That's like having an atomic bomb in your pocket all the time.
Please don't say they're gonna try lowball Eggman to fucking town level.
Okay, maybe this guy's pretty cool.
Please don't
Eggman built
do it.
machines for a long list of combat situations. Some look like knights, others use extraterrestrial sources like the Wisps, and then there's the orbital bases, like the Death Egg.
The reference is obvious, but Darth Vader's version is like a toy compared to the Death Egg, which can annihilate stars. Poof! A whole constellation gone in one shot.
That's not to say Eggman doesn't enjoy scrapping with blue hedgehogs himself. Enter the Egg Dragoon.
Hell yeah! The rawest of the battle mechs. It's got electric drills. It's got ice pistols. It's got a whole lot of bullets. My God, Wiz! I need it.
Oh Jesus, okay, they're actually just listing a shit ton of Eggman mechs that he's gonna have access to in the fight. So let's keep it going. Bear me a sec, I'm gonna buy Shadow Generations. Yeah, that's awesome, dude. Let's have a look. So he's got Big Arms. Okay, Big Arms is fodder. Death Egg, it's likely fodder as well. Death Egg Robot. It kind of depends on which Death Egg Robot you have. If you have the iconic one from Sonic 2, then yeah, that's fodder. But if you have the one at the end of Sonic Forces, which had like the full power of Phantom Ruby, like that one could actually do some damage. The Egg Dragoon, I briefly went over in my Dark Gaia video, but like basically the Egg Dragoon is powered by the same energy that creates Dark Gaia. With Egg Dragoon should casually have universal scaling, considering it was able to keep up with Unleashed and Generation Sonic, who should be significantly stronger than Secret Ring Sonic, and at 50% of his power, Secret Ring Sonic could like beat a universal level being. So yeah, this mech should easily be like universal to like low multiversal.
It's got ice pistols. It's
Which the Forces versions of the characters could casually beat, by the way, which goes over, like, the power creep in the series.
Got a whole lot of bullets, my god!
Egg Salamander? Oh, fucking Christ, they're using the Egg Wizard as well. Oh, fuck me. Okay, so they're just giving him 2 multiversal mechs. Okay, fine. It's like, most of these they're giving him the Time Eater as well. Oh, Lord above, how... Okay, this is gonna be interesting.
I need it!
And don't forget, Eggman built all of these things himself. Maybe world domination is in his grasp yet.
One problem, Eggman's a turbo loner. No
So they're giving him, like, all of these mechs that are, like, uni to multiversal. And in the case of the Time Eater, it's, like, complex multiversal.
He's no friends, no wife, no nothing.
Come on,
Holy
he has
fuck.
friends. I mean, he's a feminist. Oh, okay.
Is Eggman actually a feminist? What the fuck?
He has friends. I mean, he's a
As the name implies, Dr. Eggman is a doctor that looks like an egg, as well as having an unfeasibly high IQ of 300. He's a romanticist, a feminist, and a self-professed gentleman. That is such a contradiction, I love it.
feminist. Oh, okay, maybe not, but what about Infinite? Sure, they might have joined forces over a mutually sought revenge against Shadow, but it counts. Sort of. Who needs friends when he can build friends?
Obviously, Eggman has a tough time collaborating with others.
So is he giving him access to Infinite? Man, if that's the case, then holy shit, this is... I am so curious to see how they fucking make Eggman lose this.
So he just built his own army instead. The
Eggman Empire.
The Badniks are mass-produced foot soldiers. Buzz bombers, crap.
He does have access to Infinite. Okay, then this fight is just not even remotely close then. Eggman and eggs. No diff.
Meets caterpillars, egg robos, and don't forget those cute little moto bugs. The Badniks may seem simple, but they're led by an elite, multi-talented unit. The hard-boiled heavies. Really leaning into the egg thing, huh?
The army has a wide variety of troops, even your classic...
Jesus Christ, yeah. Okay, yeah, so they give him access to... Okay, so they give him Infinite, Metal Sonic, and Sage. How the fuck does he lose? Like, what is this? Like, oh, Jesus Christ. I've got to see how this... Oh, man. Yeah.
comedy duo with Orbot and Cubot. They're Eggman's assistants and immense disappointments. Every genius has their duds.
Hey, at least they're not Scratch and Grounder. But that's why he's made top-notch bots modeled after the Sonic Cat. Like everyone's favorite robo-faker, Metal Sonic.
Metal Sonic has the most horsepower in the Eggman Empire. He has the moves and speed of Sonic and then some.
In Sonic CD, Sonic dodges light speed beams from Hotarus. The Japanese manual states he must reach light speed T. Oh, they're trying to say Sonic's only light speed. That's so disappointing. Okay, so Metal Sonic is stated multiple times in the series that he is like Sonic's equal when it comes to raw power and speed. Sonic, not only could he casually outpace black holes like in Sonic Shuffle, however, he could also, like in Sonic and the Secret Rings, he can run through an infinite void, which would logically be infinite speed feat. In Sonic Generations, he could run through the void, which is a realm that completely that exists outside of time and space, which should be an inaccessible speed feat. And you also have him in Sonic Forces being able to outrun null space, which is a realm that also exists outside of time and space. So, like, to even bring up light speed is just dishonest. Sonic Shuffle is canon. Yeah, Sonic Shuffle is canon. I can't remember where it's confirmed to be canon, but it is confirmed to be canon somewhere. So, like, to even bring up fucking light speed is just... That is major bullshit. Because, like, you can... Like, casually they break the speed equation.
He's had his rebellious phases, but Eggman's reprogrammed Metal to...
Especially if you use his stronger forms. Like, this is just base Metal Sonic we're talking about.
better follow his commands. Additionally, when upgraded to his Neo form, Metal Sonic could copy...
Oh, Jesus. Okay, yeah, so casually inaccessible then. They're using Neo Metal Sonic.
Biological data, including unique powers like Shadow's time stop technique, chaos control.
He could even copy Silver's psychokinesis, and with enough chaos energy, he powers up into Super Neo Metal Sonic.
Though everything would change with the appearance of the Phantom Ruby. One of many trump cards at Eggman's disposal, the Phantom Ruby alters reality by manipulating perception.
Basically super OP illusions, but
Phantom Ruby can create pocket dimensions such as null space and the egg field. Eggman invented prototype copies of the Ruby which require enormous amounts of power to operate. See, like, it's also... They're also mentioning that, by the way, that Neo Metal Sonic is stated to be stronger than Infinite. Fucking hell. What is the highest form of speed? Irrelevant speed. It goes Infinite, then Inaccessible, then Immeasurable, and then Irrelevant. But it's like, wasn't Infinite stated... Like, in the English version of Sonic Forces, Infinite was stated to be 1,000 times stronger than any villain Sonic had ever faced. But in the Japanese version, he was stated to be 1,000,000,000,000 times, like, more powerful than any villain Sonic had faced. And they're just not bringing that up. Light speed is low. Yeah, light speed is fucking nothing. Like, I don't understand why people, like, gas up light speed when we're talking about fiction. Like, fucking Spider-Man in the MCU, you can get him to light speed. Like, light speed is nothing. I don't understand why people just gas up light speed.
But in Infinite's hands, it's a weapon of mass destruction. I don't know how illusions translate to body replicas, changing gravity, or making a fake sun, but go off, King!
And when used on the planet's consciousness, which is a thing, the ruby granted Eggman the Light Man form. Yep, apparently
The Light Man form. That is such a shit name. Can you show us those specific 1,000 trillion stats? Yeah, I can get that for you. Hold on. Hold on. Fucking... 1 second. It was in one of the. It was in my Infinite versus Mephiles video. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? It's taking a while to load. Yeah, so I don't know if you guys can see it. So this is the Japanese version of the game, translated. This ultimate weapon will pay back all history of defeats and memories of humiliation to you by 1,000,000,000,000-fold. Keep in mind that, like, 1,000,000,000,000-fold, like, based on definition, means 1,000,000,000 times more powerful. Like, based on, like, the actual definition. Infinite... Yeah, so this is the, Japanese version of Sonic Forces. In the English or American version, it's 1,000 times more powerful instead. But, like, either way, it's still incredibly impressive. Phantom Ruby does not create illusions, that's the most basic explanation of power. Yeah, like, it messes with reality as well. I thought it was faster than light. It's literally concept manipulation. How is MCU Spider-Man light speed? Because he can casually react to the characters who should be in the faster than light speed ranges of power. Like, obviously he can't run that fast, but he can react that fast, that's the point. You're gonna make your own video? Yeah, I'm gonna make my own video breaking this down at some point, probably.
For Eggman is canon.
With the Phantom Ruby prototype and weeks of prep, Super Eggman could manipulate memories, fight on par with Super Sonic, and summon imitations of other monsters and worlds, such as Perfect Chaos and Green Hills.
Though it is pretty complicated to manifest.
It was stated on the website that Infinite is superior to all past Sonic villains, including Solaris, since it's being stated from a higher narrative level. If that's the case, then holy fuck, like, base Sonic would be all the more powerful.
The Phantom Ruby isn't the only souped-up gem Eggman has. He's used the Jeweled Scepter to make the world-shattering Egg Wizard. Then, on more than one occasion, he's effortless...
Cloning device, Chaos... Okay, if they're giving him access to the fucking Chaos Emeralds, this ain't gonna go very well.
Gathered the super rare, super powerful Chaos Emeralds. You know, the things that power Super Saiyan Hedgehog.
Eggman built and built and built, and eventually, he built something that started to build on him. Sage was originally designed as a mere assistant, but through an alien encounter, she was granted actual sentience.
Sage is already super powerful, but now she's also super smart. She thought up millions of battle plans all at once to defeat the massive titans.
And you can barely remember where you put your dune buggy.
I know exactly where it is. It's at the police impound. Thank you very much.
Sage was Eggman's saving grace. He had previously found machines with personality lacking, but Sage's great adequacy in serving her function provided Eggman with something that, for the first time...
Fucking Sage is awesome, by the way.
He'd hate to lose. In essence, a sort of
daughter.
So, like any good dad, he gave her the keys to his car, his spaceship, and his orbital death ray. Hell, now she controls the entire army.
And this frankly unheard of trust from Eggman became crucial in defeating the End, a primordial entity so mighty even Supersonic struggled against it.
Their battle can only be described as peak fiction, because charged by 7 Chaos Emeralds, Supersonic's no joke.
The power of 1 emerald can shift.
Oh, fucking Christ, now they're talking about the Chaos Emeralds. Alright, so I'll just keep up with chat real quick. I agree that Eggman's army is more OP, but I think Bowser's army is more versatile due to there being endless magic. Well, it's like, I think it's actually pretty underrated just how versatile both armies are. Also, can we just take a moment to appreciate that there are 50 fucking people here? Like, what the fuck? Thank you guys so much. Like, this is like easily my most viewed stream. It's not even close. Like, can we just take a moment to give you all a round of applause? Like, fucking hell. I've never seen so many people say the battle is good, because it's hard to call as a winner due to the context of the fight. Mario RPG series feats scale to Chaos Emeralds. Probably not like in Frontiers, though. Conquered most of the planet core, harnessed the power of the Chaos Emeralds, broke the moon with the Eclipse Cannon, Eggmobile flew to the moon in seconds, destroyed the Guardian unit. See, like, I don't really know why they're bringing up, like, so, like, they're talking about, like, planetary or star-level videos to, for the Chaos Emeralds, but it's like the Chaos Emeralds can casually, like, give Sonic the power to fight, like, multiversal, like, entities. Like, even back in Sonic 06, that was the case. It's like, yeah, we needed, like, 3 superpowered hedgehogs to do it, but the point is that they still had the power to fight Solaris. Like, they just needed 3 of them because of, like, the specific requirements to fight Solaris. So it's like, even back in 06, you can get him to, like, multiversal, like Supersonic. And I'd also point out as well, in Sonic Unleashed, do you remember, like, the intro to Unleashed, where Eggman has that machine that just negs Supersonic? Like, he's just like, lol, no, bitch, I'm gonna steal the Chaos Emeralds right out of your body.
All 7 together can shift the universe.
And kill some pretty
So, like, Eggman could honestly just drain Bowser of some of his power.
terrifying bosses, like Eggman's Time Eater, which ripped apart space.
It's like, yeah, he kinda needed, like, prep time and, like, the element of surprise to do that, but, like, it's fucking Eggman we're talking about. Like, he pretty much always has prep time.
Time like tissue paper.
In short,
Are you planning on debunking Hulk vs. Doomsday? I mean, that is a very old fucking video, so I don't know.
Chaos Emeralds give thoughts power. With them, Eggman's best machines can run indefinitely while matching the greatest powers ever seen, like when 3 supers battled Solaris.
In Sonic Rush, the Chaos Emeralds could have destroyed the universe when reacting to the Soul Emeralds. Also, super forms utilizing Chaos scale above the speed of the Paradox Prism and time you to destroying the universe in less than 10 seconds. See, again, they're trying to lowball Supersonic to be like MFTL or what have you. It's like casually you can get base Sonic to like infinite speeds based on like Sonic and the Secret Rings. You then have an even weaker version of base Sonic being able to outrun a black hole in Sonic Shuffle. You have, like, I mean, fucking Christ, like, you have, like, yeah, like, they can fight in realms, like, where time and space just aren't present. So, like, that's casually inaccessible speed, so I don't even know.
Who tried to
And that's base Sonic that applies to, by the way. Like, especially in Generations and Forces.
destroy time itself. Solaris extended its chaos across multiple timelines in about 20 seconds, or 70.
I fucking love this. It was a blink and you miss it
Like
moment.
when 3
Let's see
supers
if I can
battled
Let's see if I
Solaris,
can
who tried to
pause on
destroy
it.
time itself. Solaris
So they acknowledge that he's omnidirectional, and they're somehow gonna try lowball that to MFTL plus. Go for it, whatever.
extended its chaos across multiple timelines in about 20 seconds.
Oh, Jesus. It's also, that's also very much inaccurate, because he doesn't just destroy multiple timelines. No, Solaris was going to destroy every timeline. What's MFTL? Massively faster than light. Or multiple times faster than light, depending on the context.
Or 73 quadrillion times light speed.
73 quadrillion times light speed. See, like, again, like, it's It's like trying, you know, like Dragon Ball. It would be like if people tried saying, "Oh, not ultra instinct. What's it called? Instant transmission." It'd be like if someone was like, "Oh, instant transmission is speed of sound." It's like, no, it's fucking instant. Like the clue's in the name. Like it's easily, like it breaks the speed equation.
It's funny though. While Eggman.
What are you playing in the background? Sanctum 1 or 2? I personally prefer Sanctum 1's version, to be honest.
And Smarts have sort of defeated Sonic here and there. He's pretty effective when he teams up with the Blue Blur to save the world.
Well, recall how Professor Gerald was a good person before losing the granddaughter he loved. In Eggman's case, now that he has Sage...
Jesus Christ, could you imagine if Eggman had access to Sonic in this fight as well?
Perhaps a similar story is playing out in reverse.
Nah, Eggy will always have a harebrained scheme behind his cufflinks.
So watch out, critters and plebeians of the world. He is the Eggman, and he's got the master plan.
I love that. The Eggman. Alright, I'm just gonna double check that the fire isn't burning down the house. I'll be right back. So yeah, I'm back. Again, I'm just double check. I'm just being very careful, you know, that the fucking fire don't burn shit down. Okay, so they massively lowballed the shit out of Eggman. Which I can't say I was too surprised. So.
Quiz, you gotta help me!
What happened now?
Oh god, more fucking ads. It's pretty obvious where this is going. What fire? We've got a log burning fire.
Eggman Land too.
And it's like -1 degrees over here, so it's pretty cold.
I am Dr. Eggman, your genius overlord. Get a load of this.
Get a load of this. Oh, the chain shots! That was amazing. I love the fucking
Nerd.
The animation is really cool, I'm not gonna lie.
You call these toys an invasion force? Let's see Toads do better. A decoy, idiot.
Decoy idiot.
Without fear. It is the ultimate strength.
Fucking Eggman. Oh. Fucking Orbot and Q-Bot as if they're gonna do literally anything. Oh, we got Metal Sanet. Like, what the fuck is... Like, imagine being paid to make this shit.
It's too late.
I love every time they get hit, it just reminds me of Super Smash Bros.
You've lost the battle before it has begun.
Excellent.
Oh! That's the mech from the film.
As you command.
You know what they say, the more the merrier.
I love the fucking voice acting. Come on, Sage, protect him. Yeah, she did it! She protected him.
I'll crush you.
Look, they even get Metal Sonic's voice acting right. What the fuck is that? Just a load of fucking penises just go out the ground.
How dare you keep your hands off my...
Hello! Oh, Neo Sonic, you're gonna have to think faster there, buddy. Oh, that was a Sonic Frontiers reference.
Sage! The Death Egg! Max power!
The Death Egg! I love how the Chaos Emeralds are just chilling the end.
I'll fire with my laser!
Oh, now we're gonna see Dry Bowser. We're gonna see Cap. Uh-oh.
Sage! Fire it again!
What the fuck? Turned it into a block. Come on, Eggman. Post these news on twitter.com.
So long, Doctor!
Come on, Eggman. Alright, well... The fight is entertaining as shit, but like, it's... come on. We know that this is just incorrect.
This war was not an easy one to win, which might seem surprising given how the Sonic series is not afraid to show how tough its cast is, while Mario's comes across as more cartoony.
But as it turns out, Bowser had everything he needed to take Chrome Dome down. Strap in, this one's a lot, so we'll break it down into 5 categories.
So physical stats, powers, intelligence, trump cards, and army. So it's like, right out the gate, Eggman takes physical stats, intelligence, and army. Like, you are biased? Well, no, it's just that the recent Sonic games have incredible scaling. Like, it's just that simple. Animation was fire. Yeah, the animation, like, Death Battle always does really well with the animations. Especially the live-action ones. Like the, whatchamajoodah, the Daredevil versus Nightwing, I think it was.
First up is physical stats. Bowser pretty handily outmatched any of Eggman's usual mech.
Bowser's space-traveling vehicles matched the speeds of Eggman's vehicle. Both had arguments for incalculable, given equal levity, both potential scale, both dimensional manipulation feats. See, like, the issue with that is that they don't match the speeds of his vehicles. Like, because the problem for them is they're saying, like, incalculable, so that means literally fucking nothing. Like, incalculable could mean you're dumb as shit and you're not smart enough to calculate it, or you literally can't calculate it because, like, the speeds cannot be calculated. So, like, that's just such a vague term. It's very difficult to actually take that seriously. It's like, yeah, he's not wrong. Both of them scale above dimension manipulation. But, like, that's not where the argument ends.
It's like the Egg Dragoon or the Death Egg Robot.
The Death Egg Robot could level cities. Bowser could punch a...
See, like, this is what I'm talking about. They're lowballing it to town level. Like, Eggman's mechs, not even the most powerful ones, like, just the average mechs, by Frontiers standards, are casually universal. Casually. So the fact that they're lowballing them to town level is just fucking stupid. Like, that should instantly tell you they have no idea what they're talking about. And as for fucking Bowser, it's like, Bowser, even in his base form, can scale to galaxy level. So, like, why are they bringing up fucking country level calcs for him? It's like, they're lowballing both characters. Like, I don't know what is this shit. They're saying town level for a character who should like, town level and country level for, like, characters who are casually universal. Like, I don't even know.
Castle out of orbit.
The Death Egg could destroy stars, but Yoshi could match that level of power, and Bowser's strength is certainly above the green dinosaurs. Plus,
see, like, the Death Egg is fodder. Like, I don't really know why they're bringing up the Death Egg. Like, they're heavily focusing on it. Like, the Death Egg is just so fucking fodder for, like, modern standards. So, like, why are they fixating on it?
while both Bowser and Eggman's tech survived black holes, Bowser's was much larger.
See, like, Bowser's was much larger, but Eggman... Hold on. Bowser's was much larger, but Eggman's was more powerful. Because Eggman's was not a natural black hole. It was formed from hypergoon energy, which is confirmed in the DS version to scale above a full set of Chaos Emeralds. And that was like literally just Eggman and his normal ass compod or whatever it is. Like, that's not even like a special Eggman robot, it's literally just his default vehicle. And it still survived that.
So, he may win stats, but this could change with their powers. With so many items and...
See, like, powers is something that I'd honestly say is a tie. Because, like, both characters just have such insane shit. Like, both characters are insanely versatile. Like, they've both pulled, like, random... Like, they've both pulled, like, random abilities out of their ass over the years.
minions, that could make all that a moot point.
Aside from power-up items, both could manipulate minds, create
Bowser's army resisted 4-4's mind control attack and therefore could resist Eggman's similar attack. Again, that's just a false equivalency. Just because you can resist one mind control doesn't mean you can resist another. Like, if you can resist planetary mind control, that doesn't mean you can resist universal mind control, to give it an example.
duplicates and...
Also, Eggman doesn't really use mind control all the time. I don't really know why that'd be the point to bring it up. Like, not really. Like, yeah, he has the metal virus, but... they didn't really bring that up at all. Like, that wasn't a factor in the fight, at least. This dude admitted earlier in the stream he hasn't played a Mario game in a while. Yeah, I haven't played like, the recent ones. Like, and? Like, I still know quite a bit about Mario. Eggman survived Solaris' flames? Where was that confirmed?
alter space-time.
Somehow someone called 6 found out that this guy could Sonic scale to Dragon Ball Super and beyond. Well, it's like, regardless of whether, because like there's a lot of Mario fanboys in the chat that are just being like, oh, you're biased or what have you. I don't care who wins. I care about the information they're presenting. And regardless of how much you suck Bowser's cock, they lowballed Bowser, and they lowballed Eggman, and that is what I'm calling them out for.
However, Bowser had a
like, Bowser, even in base form, is like galaxy level, and they're somehow lowballing him to country level, based on like their calcs.
significant edge in having access to the majority of his abilities at all times.
Yeah, Eggman can do some crazy stuff, but only across different mechs, fortresses, or space bases. Bowser's all natural. He's got...
I mean, yeah, you're not wrong. Like, Eggman needs all of his tech to do this insane shit that he can do, but like... you gave him access to all of the insane shit he can do, so... why are you bringing it up? Like, oh, like, Bowser can do everything naturally, Eggman needs his mechs. Like, yeah, no shit, but you gave him access to his mechs. So... that's just a non-argument.
got all his best powers built in, and he ain't even a robot.
Meaning he wins the war of attrition. He even had counters for battle enders like the metal virus and spatial displacement trap. Context matters for those weapons, and both backfired in the past. But more importantly, Bowser could simply reverse the effects with his transmutation magic. Conversely, most of Eggman's robots could get turned into, say, a frog or a block with no reliable way back. Bowser takes the edge in powers.
But definitely...
One sec. Also, I swear down, when it came to speed, I swear they said that, like, Solaris, like, they fucked up the speed scaling, but they said, like, Solaris was, like, 73 quadrillion times the speed of light or something. And I think for Mario, they said it was, like, 1,000,000 times speed of light or what have you. So it's like, even by their own logic, like, he would still blitz.
Not for intelligence. Come on, you have a 4-digit IQ, Bowser? Really? That's cute. I mean, don't get me wrong. Bowser's not an idiot, usually. Just really, really clumsy. Poor fella.
See, like, that's something that I think people get wrong with Bowser. It's like, Bowser is, like, deceptively intelligent. And sometimes in, like, some games, he will, like, deliberately lowball himself just to, like, get the element of surprise. Like, sometimes Bowser acts, like, dumb as shit just so he can catch, like, people off guard. Which is really fascinating. Interestingly enough, Death Battle is now doing categories to analyze who takes the points. Yeah, which is really stupid, because, like, just because you have more points, it doesn't mean you're guaranteed a win. Which is why doing YouTube short, you know, like the YouTube shorts where it's like, oh, these characters have more points, they win. It's like, generally speaking, I feel like those are for more so entertainment purposes than anything. Because obviously, like, the gap could be, like, very, small. That's all I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Bias is equal to being wrong. Someone could say beat Luffy, it'd still be right. They're saying as Eggman loses his mech throughout the fight, he'd lose access to more and more of these powers as the fight goes on. Well, that's the thing. Like, Eggman could just casually blitz and one-shot, so, like, I don't know why the, versatility is even that big of an issue.
Meanwhile, Eggman's an engineering genius who rarely ever gets bested by brains.
Easy dub. Now, let's talk trump cards.
Yeah, that's actually a fair point. Like, there are quite a few occasions in the series where Eggman does get outsmarted. But, like, regardless, he is still one of the smartest characters in the verse. Like, easily. And it's also fascinating, because in the recent games, at least, like in Forces onwards, Eggman, like, has quite a lot of contingency plans. So it's like, it's one of those where people in chat are like, oh, like, he's gonna lose more and more of his army as the fight goes on. It's like, in the recent games, he lost, like, all of his army, and then he just pulled out his most powerful weapon, like, out of his ass. It's like, I don't think that genuinely would be a factor. Versatility argument doesn't even work. Sage can control all the mechs. That's a fair point.
So powerful, they could decide the entire outcome on their own.
The Phantom Ruby was super.
Achieving Super Eggman in the Egg Field required weeks of energy gathering and a modified Phantom Ruby prototype. Bowser. Okay, that right there is stupid, because Eggman in Sonic Forces has the actual Phantom Ruby. Like, he doesn't have the prototype anymore. Like, he harnesses the full power of the real Phantom Ruby in Sonic Forces. So, like, again, they just didn't do their research. Bowser using the Wonder Flower could warp reality at a universal range. And, like, range doesn't mean anything. What matters is AP. It's like Infinite was described as being, like, depending on your port of the game, he's described as either being 1,000 or 1,000,000,000 times more powerful than any Sonic villain. So, like, you can casually give him, like, uni to multiversal and then, like, 1,000,000,000 times amp on top of that. So it's like, who cares? Bowser can also warp stars without power-ups. And, like, how it... Like, is star-level Bowser supposed to be impressive? Super Eggman was countered by positive Chaos Energy, which shares similarities with the Pure Hearts. Well, again, like, I feel like that's just false equivalency, for the most part.
Dangerous, but specifically targets perceptions, unlike Bowser's Wonder Flower, which mucks up reality for real.
Because, like, even in Sonic Unleashed, Eggman like, even all the way back in Sonic Unleashed, like, Eggman could still just drain the Chaos Emeralds dry of their power. See, like, I don't really know. What was the last Mario RPG you played? I've played a couple of the RPG games when I was younger, but, like, this ain't a dick measuring contest as to who's played the most Mario games. They couldn't even kill Sage, since she can go through cyberspace. That is a fair point, actually, yeah. Sage could just chill in cyberspace and still win the fight. Rift, who's the most powerful person in fiction? No idea. That is, like, a damn near impossible question to answer. Wouldn't it be a tie since Eggman loses to animals and Bowser loses to mustache humans? I mean, that's not how it works, but okay.
The Ruby affected a whole planet, but the Wonder Flower had the power to alter the universe. Also,
see, like, again, it's things like that that really make me hate Death Battle, because it's like, oh, this thing can alter the planet, but this thing can alter the universe. It's like fucking... Even in Sonic 06 with Solaris, it's like he was gonna destroy literally everything. Like, every timeline across every reality, across every plane of existence. and like fodder versions of Supersonic could fight Solaris. So it's like, I don't know why he's trying to say, oh, Bowser's weapons are only planetary in range. It's like, oh yeah, my bad, I didn't realize that this fight was going to take place across an entire universe. Where's Puffer? He's just chilling.
The Dreamstone's ability to wish anything out of existence would have no problem cleaning up Super Neo Metal Sonic or Time.
Again, I feel like that would be a no-limit fallacy. How powerful is the Dream thing? Isn't it like around...
His ability to wish anything out of existence.
Isn't the Dreamstone like multiversal? Like in the games, wasn't it stated that Bowser had like the power of... Wasn't it like 1,000 universes or something like that? Somewhere around that level. It was like 1,000 universes, or like 10,000, or whatever.
Would have no problem cleaning up.
Like, humor me, was it like, what was the... I don't know what the actual number is. It's basically just a single wish to do anything. Yeah, that's a no-limits fallacy, that's not how it works. Like, it would have a limit, because obviously Bowser lost. So I'm asking, like, what was the context? Like, what number did Bowser say? Was it like 1,000 times? Was it like 1,000, 10,000, 100,000? Like, what was it? Because the point I'm making is that you can argue that Infinite is like 1,000 times more powerful than even this Dreamstone. That's what I'm saying. So, like, I'm asking, like, what was the actual number? I thought it was Endless Dreams. Well, again, like... that's very vague. It's like endless could apply to infinite, which could apply to universal, but like... Multiversal for the dream thing? Oh, okay, then it's fodder. Gotcha.
Of Super Neo Metal Sonic or Time Eater.
Their most prized...
No, Hey, thank you for the, $1.99. Thank you for the, dollars, my guy. It means a lot.
I just remembered a glaring flaw. Summoning the Puffer King.
Summoning the Puffer King? No worries. This little chap solos Bowser. He is the real Koopa King. Multiversal for the Dreamstone. Rift check on the fire. It's fine. Parents have arrived home now. They can check on it. Because, like, they're actually going to be sat next to it. Even the Chaos Emeralds can do the same wish stuff that the Dreamstone does. I don't understand why we're acting like it grants unlimited wishes that's automatically unbeatable. Yeah, that's just not how it works. Death Battle once again insulting intelligence. Yeah, true. Dreamstar isn't multiversal.
Possessions...
I mean, I think in the game it was stated to be like, he had the power of like 1,000 universes or something.
Also, the Dreamstone's ability to wish anything out of existence would have no problem cleaning up Super Neo Metal Sonic or Time Eater.
Their most...
See, like, the thing with... I'm trying to think, like, how powerful would Time Eater be? I can't remember. It's like, Time Eater, bare minimum, is like a threat to all of time and space. So, like, you can casually get him to... And obviously he one-shot, like, modern Sonic. So, like, yeah, you can casually get the Time Eater to, like, multiversal. Like, maybe above that. People think dreams are universes, but they're not.
prized possessions was a tougher call. Together, the Chaos Emeralds can break the universe. But so
hold on. Wait. Hold on.
Together, the Chaos...
I'd also like to point out as well that this is a very weaker version of Chaos Emeralds that this applies to. Because like, something that they don't take into account is that the Sonic characters get stronger with age. Like, and they've just not factored that into anything. So yeah, they're just picking and choosing feats across the series. It's like, by their own logic, 06 versions of the characters would already be enough to beat Bowser. Like, by their own logic. So it's like, where are we going here? Also, I'd like to point out with physical stats, they just completely glossed over speed.
Chaos Emeralds can break the universe, but so can the Grand Stars. Arguably not as much given the Emerald scaling to Solaris, though
yeah, like, so this creature will consume all existing timelines, and fodder versions of Supersonic could fight it. It's like, I don't know. Time Eater scales above all of the cosmology. Stated he casually destroys everything in the burst.
Summoning the Puffer King.
One of Dragon Ball's
One of
most
TV's
biased
most
fanboy
biased
videos
fanboy
ever.
videos ever.
I don't know, but like, this is insane. Are you reading the little cards in the corner? Yeah, I am.
Though Power
And
Stars
it's like,
and
the little cards in the corner just are also just like, fucking wrong. It's funny.
What's up, reality for real? The room.
Possessions was a tougher call. Together, the Chaos Emeralds can break the universe, but so can the Grand Stars. Arguably not as much given the Emerald scaling to Solaris, though Power Stars and Grand Stars are far more plentiful.
Chaos Emeralds times 7, Power Stars... And? Like, does Bowser have access to all of those stars? I don't think he does he? Because, like, doesn't Mario have most of them? Hyper Emeralds too? That's a fair point, yeah. He didn't even bring up the Master Emerald, which Eggman has used every now and then. Gen with the puffers. They're showing stats from the Sonic verse, but they're not really scaling them. That is a fair point, yeah.
Clearly, this is getting fairly abstract, and both had multiple options that could win the day instantly, so the safest bet is to call this category a tie.
Which?
But it's like, if that's the case, I feel like, Mario only gets them after taking them from Bowser. I mean, that is a fair... I mean, he doesn't really take them from Bowser, does he? Because, like, they're just kind of... Maybe he does. I haven't played Mario Galaxy in a hot minute. And when I say a hot minute, I mean, like, 10 fucking years. There's also the Super Emeralds, which are 49 times universal. That's a fair point, yeah. Pure Heart's not outer. Man. I can believe that Bowser would win this fight since Mario is more on the cartoony side of power scaling, Sonic is more grounded. I don't believe that in the slightest, but okay. A single Chaos Emerald literally has infinite power. Pretty much, yeah. If you disagree with the result, I agree Death Battle's explanation isn't the best. He fights Bowser's minions to obtain them. I mean, that is more so just like a gameplay thing, but fair enough.
Means
It's like, either way, like, the Grand Stars, like, they don't really have... Like, at best, it's like, what, universal? They didn't really scale them, they were just saying, like, oh, black hole, crazy. Like, do they really have any feats beyond that? What are your thoughts on Joker versus Geono? I don't care.
finally time.
I just can't stand it when people compare the hearts to the emeralds. They don't remote nearly as far as I can recall. People only compare them because they're colourful. Probably.
To compare their armies. Eggman seems deadlier at first glance. I mean, look at all those buzzsaws and rockets. Metal Sonic's speed and power alone could solo most of the Koopa troop. But the Eggman Empire lacked something Bowser had in spades. Teamwork and loyalty.
Eggman.
What do you mean teamwork and loyalty? Like, all you need is Sage. Like, literally all you need is Sage. She can control literally everything and she has undying loyalty to Eggman. What? Like, Sage has more loyalty than the entire, like, fucking Bowser Empire put together. Like, what do you mean? Like, yeah, just because Metal Sonic is, like, a bit of a rogue hero every now and then, like, he kind of just does his own thing. It's like... Man. Teamwork and loyalty. Fuck me. He just didn't play Sonic Frontiers. Like, he must have just missed that. Like, Sage literally just... Oh, man. It's like you have Infinite, he's loyal. I've just no idea.
Eggman is a notoriously terrible team player. His alliances are practically guaranteed to fall apart.
Hell, in Sonic Generations,
I mean, the Deadly Six is a terrible example since he literally mind-controlled them against their will. Like, they were never really allies, they were more so prisoners.
he could barely manage working with himself.
Eggman's army is
Also, I love how... I love how they bring this up, but they don't actually talk about it. Hold on.
Generations, he could barely manage working.
So I love how Eggman, with literally none of his shit, like, this is just Eggman, like, naked, he can move in the void, which is a realm outside of time and space. So, like, Eggman with nothing at his disposal has, like, inaccessible speed.
Working with him.
Also, how the fuck did he escape this place? He had nothing in the slightest.
Eggman's army is designed to be controlled by just him. To Eggman, it's harder to command those with free will, hence his rivalry with the free-natured Sonic.
Meanwhile, the Koopa...
Eggman has been betrayed by Shadow, Chaos, Metal Sonic, Mecha Sonic, Gamma, the Deadly Six, the Hardboard Heavies. But it's like, let's go... hold on. Let's go through these one at a time. So, Eggman has been betrayed by Shadow. When was he betrayed by Shadow? Like, they worked to get... He quite literally was never betrayed by Shadow. I don't know where he got that from. Chaos, fair enough, but then again, you can never... Like, Chaos was just manipulating Eggman the entire time. Metal Sonic, Eggman betrayed him first, so, like, I don't know where you got that one from. Mecha Sonic, fair. Mecha Knuckles, fair. Gamma... I mean, he didn't really get betrayed by... Not really. Omega... I mean, I guess... Gemerald. You spelled Emerald wrong, I've just realised. The Deadly Six were prisoners, they weren't allies. The Hardboiled Heavies, Starline Trip, Eggman, Mother Wisp, Infinite, and more. When was he betrayed by Infinite? That's just a flat-out lie. Like, what do you mean? Like, they were like, Eggman... Like, Infinite was sucking him off the entire game. What do you mean? Ah, bloody hell. See, like, even if you want to say, like, oh, it's basically Eggman versus an entire army, it's like, you could just get Sage to just control everything. Like, I don't really...
The troop follows Bowser because they actually like him.
And that's actually a fair point as well. Sage and Eggman, by themselves, were still able to combat, like, Supreme, who was amped by the end at the time. And Supreme could fight Supersonic. So, like, Eggman... by himself with no tech, and Sage, by herself, no tech, they could survive attacks from Supreme, who was amped by the end. I honestly think Sage solos, like, just Sage by herself, at this point. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, I feel as though they're just, like, going out of their way. And, like, they don't have perfect teamwork. Like, I'm pretty sure Bowser has, like, fucked over his army on a couple of occasions, right?
Train really hard to cover each other.
Sage didn't battle Supersonic. That's not what I was saying, but good straw man argument.
There's weak points.
Giving them plenty of advantages as this war progressed, like battlefield control through King Boo's magic and Bowser Jr.'s paint. And since the Koopa...
I mean, the Time Eater can do exactly the same thing. He can just send them all to the void. When most of his army would be fucking useless, since barely any of his army has inaccessible speed. The same thing can be said for Infinite. He can just send all of them to null space. And, like, yeah, sure, like, Bowser and the top tiers would escape, but, like, most of the army doesn't have anywhere close to that level of speed. By your logic, if Sage can solo Bowser, so can Kamek. Well, no, because Sage has the feats, that's the difference.
The troop doesn't rely that much.
They already said the Time Eater is countered by the Pure Hearts. Well, no, like, how does he get countered by the Pure Hearts? Like, I don't...
Much on technology.
You didn't read the rest of the Sage Awakened Rage within the Titans? Yeah, I know, and that's literally irrelevant to what I was saying, so I didn't bother reading it. Which is why I said nice straw man, because that's not what I was talking about in the slightest. Metal Sonic solos. That's a fair point as well. Like, Metal Sonic also has insane scaling. Like, by himself, and they gave him his Neo form.
Sage is hacking.
Bowser, Jr., Kamek, and King Boo could cross between dimensions, countering Sage and Infinite, banishing them to null space or cyberspace? Really? No chance. A form of paranormal invasion that Sage has never encountered. Oh yeah, Sage has never encountered an invasion of that scale. You know, she's encountered the End, who's a threat to literally creation itself. But, you know, She's never encountered any invasion of that scale. Solaris is not a member of the Eggman army, and? Like, they still scale to characters who can fight Solaris, so who cares? You still didn't read everything, what the hell? Yeah, because your entire comment was pointless. Like, you didn't, like, rebuke anything I said, so... Like, I don't... Like, there's not really much point in me reading something that doesn't address what I was saying anyways. The Pure Hearts operate on a scale of the Paper Mario verse, which is comparable to the Sonic verse. They prevent any disability to time, space, or dimensional tearing or similar abilities. Again, that would just be a no-limits fallacy, because, like, Bowser had that ability and he still lost. So it's like, to what extent does it have that power? Like, you can't just say, oh, they neg every single time ability in fiction. Like, that's not how it works. They would have their limits. And the question is, what are the limits? I was trying to address it, but you ignored the comment. Well, I mean, I read your comment about Sage can't control magic, but again, that's literally irrelevant also. Like, why would she need to control... Like, why would she need to control magic? Death Battle literally says the Metal Sonic could solo most of the fucking army. Kamek is just as broken as Sage, he has endless magic. And? Also, that's literally not true. Like, Sage's shields are really OP. Bowser can travel through time and space, and null space was special and that was blocked off by every dimension. Yeah, and, like, he can travel through time and space, that's cool. Null space doesn't have time and space. Bowser operates on magic, not tech. Okay, and? Like, who cares? I don't get how that's relevant in the slightest. It's like, cool, he has magic.
Potential had little use.
Also, secret weapon? Kamek is kinda busted, canceling Metal Sonic's power copying.
I'm like, I mean, I'm pretty sure this is just gameplay, but unlike Eggman's finite and randomizing force duels, Kamek's magic has few limits in use and affects multiple targets at once. Kamek also has disable an opponent's ability to use any... I mean, wasn't Kamek, like, casually one-shot by Giant Bowser? Like, in the new Super Mario Bros. Series, earlier you said Sage can control everything. Yeah, she can control, like, Eggman's entire army. Yeah, that's what I said. Yo, Riff, Sonic is faster than time. I know. But, like, Kamek is fodder. Like, yeah, she has, like, really cool abilities, but, like, isn't she, like, isn't durability-wise, she's shit? Like, she got one shot by Bowser in, like, the new Super Mario Bros. Series.
Stealing the Phantom Ruby and potentially swapping the Chaos Emeralds were huge game changers.
Add on that Bowser and his...
Again, like, a lot of that just would not work. And even if it did work, like, speed-wise, they get blitzed before they can do it. So it's like, I don't really... I don't buy that in the slightest. Sage's knowledge of the Titans relied on her data augmented by the Ancients. As of Mario and Luigi Brotherhood, Kamek isn't female, tell someone who cares. The Chaos Emeralds can also negate power, so I don't know why we're selectively applying abilities to characters. Eggman can... Yeah, exactly, like, Eggman can do exactly the same thing. Sage's knowledge of the Titans relied on her abilities, as of Mario and Luigi Brotherhood, Brothership, Bowser's army numbers well over 98 million. I mean, wasn't she able... In cyberspace, wasn't she able to, like, create, like, a massive contingency plan in no time at all? Like, she went through... I don't know how many... Hold on, let me find the actual scene. There's a scene in cyberspace where she comes up with, like, an insane amount of contingency plans. Sage and Eggman, cyberspace. Bear with me a sec. See if I can find it. is it? It's when Eggman's in cyberspace, so it could literally be anywhere in the fucking game. Where is it? It's been a hot minute since I've played Frontiers. Here? Maybe. Yeah, so it's not entirely the scene that I was thinking of, but it's close enough. It's like, she's pretty much able to review basically every single aspect of Sonic's history. Or Eggman's history, I guess. What's your favourite Sonic game? I really want to replay Unleashed, and I've been trying to get it to work on my PC with varying degrees of success. I'm just trying to mod the shit out of Unleashed. It's when Sonic is on the towers. She says she ran millions of simulations. Yeah. Anyway, let's go back to it. Your favourite is 06? Your favourite Sonic game is 06? Fucking hell, your standards are low. My god. It's when Sonic... Yeah, I got it. Game Sonic is stronger than Archie? Fucking hell, that's a hot take. Yeah, so like the entire argument of loyalty or like teamwork or what have you, like I don't. I know the game is bad, but its story. Yeah, its story's fucking shit. Like, what are you on about? Are you? I feel like you're just trolling at this point. Like, no way you actually like 06's story. Bloody hell. Yeah, so it's like, the entire point about loyalty is stupid, because Sage could control the entire army by herself. Same thing with Eggman as well.
His army can use any Mario power-up item, and they had millions, no, billions of combinations that the Eggman Empire just could not actively plan against.
I mean, they can't use all of these abilities at once, can they?
Even with Sage's millions of plans.
Do you disagree with them putting Bowser at immeasurable speed? Did they even put him at immeasurable speed? Like, they just lowballed the shit out of Bowser and Eggman, so... Do you intend to make Energek versus the end? Maybe, I don't know. Just him being traveling across inaccessible speed. Okay, cool, so Namek is almost as fast as a weaker base Sonic. Gotcha, he gets blitzed. Like, I don't think people understand just how freaking fast the Sonic-verse is. Like, a fodder version of Sonic in Generations could still, like, scale to inaccessible. Like, I don't understand why people are acting like this is impressive. So what have they got for Bowser? A truly loyal army. Again, that's irrelevant. More useful inherent abilities? Possibly. He does have a lot of versatility at his disposal. Stronger base form? I mean, yeah, like, we all know that. Like, if we're putting Bowser against Eggman in, like, a fist fight, then yeah, Eggman gets slapped. He is incredibly fast, Eggman, in base, but, like, yeah, he would lose. But, like, I don't really think that's gonna be a factor. Cosmic and reality warping powers, yes, they both have. You could argue that Eggman's is more powerful. Equivalent strength via forms? No, I still think Bowser is more impressive. Where do you scale Sonic's speed currently? I mean, he's far above inaccessible. So, like, and based on null space, you could potentially get... I don't really know. Like, inaccessible is fucking nothing to, like, modern Sonic, though. Kamek's mind control magic was ineffective. Fair point. Far more intelligent, yes. Cosmic and reality warping weapons, which they both have here. No, I would probably say... Oh, okay, fair enough. Equivalent strength via mechs. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Even though I think his mechs are, like, way fucking... I think his mechs alone would be able to solo. Less efficient leadership. Not really, though. Sage's technopathy was ineffective. In what regard? Like, Sage's technopathy counters the whole loyal army thing. Since she's, like, incredibly loyal to Eggman. Yeah, like, look at it here. This is the cutscene I was referring to. I ran millions of simulations.
Plans to take on the Titans, she thought them to be unbeatable, which Sonic proved was incorrect.
Just comparing their
Wait, hang on. Wait, what was that?
He thought them to be unbeatable, which Sonic proved was billions of combinations that the Eggman Empire just could not actively plan against. Even with Sage's millions of plans to take on the Titans, she thought them to be unbeatable, which Sonic proved was incorrect.
Okay, so Sage thought that the Titans were unbeatable. Keep in mind as well, all that Sage has to go off of is all of the information from Forces backwards. Meaning that if she has all of this information at her disposal and she thinks it's impossible for Sonic to beat the Titans, wouldn't that just scale the Titans above literally anyone Sonic's ever fought by a massive margin? Which would make sense because Sonic just gets stronger with age. So Sonic would just get massively amped between Forces and Frontiers. Like, how is that a GG? Like, I understand that Death Battle, they didn't do their research, and they've not even brought up that Sonic just gets stronger with age. But again, one person doesn't amount to the whole army being loyal. Well, it does, though, because she can control the entire army. It's stated in Frontiers that Eggman, with a press of a button, could just give her control to his entire army. It's like Sonic proving Sage wrong is taken as Sage is getting something wrong. But you gotta keep in mind as well, Sage has... The only knowledge that Sage has is from Forces backwards. Like, she doesn't have knowledge of Frontiers base Sonic. Since she was constantly learning in Frontiers. Like, she learnt about, what's his face? She learnt that Sonic could escape cyberspace as he did it. The Titans would be way stronger than Infinite, yeah. I know, right? Of course they didn't use it to upscale Sonic, they waited it to make it look like an anti-feat. Sonic isn't in this particular death battle. You're not you just aren't understanding what we're talking about. Like, every single one of your points is a straw man, because I literally didn't talk about Sonic. My point is that they're trying to lowball Sage's intelligence, and I'm proving how that's not a lowball. Sage didn't know the foes that Sonic has faced. Yes, she did. What are you talking about? She knew literally all of Sonic's history. What do you mean? Like, in cyberspace, she knew all of Sonic's history. What can Eggman do if Boo took over his body? I mean, the point I'm making is the entire army would be dead before that would happen, since Eggman's characters could speed blitz. This is not true, they were incorrect. Sage knew that there was a possibility of winning, but only if Eggman teamed up with Sonic, which he repeatedly refused. Yeah, that's a fair point. Can't Sage control a Titan? She can't control them, but she can, like, focus their rage on Sonic. But no, like, she can't control the Titans. Doesn't Sonic also control Fate? Limited... I think he has limited Fate manipulation. Not Fate... Maybe he has, like, a level of resistance to it. Sonic can still be used for scaling purposes. Yeah, he can, and if you want to use Sonic, it's even worse for Bowser, so... So it's like, yeah, if you want to factor Sonic into the mix, yeah, it's even worse for Bowser. Just won't be a moment. It's actually pretty interesting bringing Sonic into the equation, because Metal Sonic, even in base form, is repeatedly stated to be equal to Sonic in speed and stats. So yeah, technically Sonic would apply to this fight as well. A Motorbug can speed blitz? They can't. But not a motor bug, no. Like, it would be the higher tier mechs that would be capable of speed blitzing. Like, yeah, the low tier stuff in his army would be fucking fodder, but... Bowser couldn't use his magic. In Sonic and the Secret Rings, he rewrote the Arabian Nights. She can control Supreme in the OG ending. I mean, she pretty much had to pilot the mech herself. It's like, I don't think that would be controlling it, that would just be her piloting it. Is the Metal Sonic data before or after current Sonic? It's consistent. Like pretty much, I'm pretty sure even in Team Sonic Racing, it stated that he is equal to Sonic in every way. So bare minimum, it would make him equal to Forces Sonic, and Forces Sonic could blitz, like, most of Eggman's army. Even in base. How did you feel about the Sonic vs. Mario, where Mario won? Yeah, that's bullshit. I feel like Sonic, especially if you're using, like, the new scaling, Sonic absolutely dominates. Couldn't Metal Sonic copy Kamek's magic? I don't think he could, no. I don't think he can copy magic. He can copy, like, quite a few of abilities, but he can't... He can copy, like, life force, and he can copy, like, chaos energy, but I don't know if he can copy magic. You just had to use the Metal Virus on Bowser. What about Frontiers Sonic? I mean, Frontiers takes place after Team Sonic Racing, so, like, I don't really know if it'd be fair to say. Sonic should have won, it's not even close. Yeah. But again, they just lowball the shit out of both characters.
Just comparing their conquests makes it clear the Eggman Empire took over the whole planet.
Is that the Eggman Empire just could not actively plan against. Even with Sage's millions of plans to take on the Titans, she thought them to be unbeatable, which Sonic proved was incorrect.
Just comparing their conquests makes it...
But it's like, so like in their, the actual clips that they're showing, she referred to, hold on, she said that Super Sonic would be, like, even with Super Sonic, he would struggle to bring down the Titans, and she flat out states that Super Sonic by himself would be incapable of stopping the end. Which is why in the whole point of Final Horizons is Sonic, like, fully weaponizes his cyber corruption to unlock a form that is stronger than Super Sonic to fight the end, and even this character could not stop the end. He had to fully go all out and turn into Cyber Sonic in order to finally destroy the end. So it's like, this is just blatantly dishonest. It's like, they're showing clips of Final Horizon, but they're using clips from the base game to justify their points, which is stupid. Like, they're just blatantly misunderstanding, like, the story in Frontiers and its DLC.
Clear, the Eggman Empire took over the whole planet, but Bowser's troop conquered most of the universe.
I mean, Eggman would also, like, neg the universe if he really wanted to. Like, are we really gonna say, oh, one got the universe, the other got the planet? Ooh, crazy. Like, fucking Eggman created a mech that would destroy the universe. It's like, why would capturing the universe be anything? Like... Oh, boy. Eggman only captured the planet. He loses. It's like, bruh. That's insane. It's to the point where I genuinely don't, like... Surely they knew. Like, surely they were just dishonest. I genuinely don't believe that this was legit. They had to have known. Because they're just blatantly showing the clips out of order just to, like, prove a point, which is just not true.
Eggman was no pushover. His wit, power output, and ridiculous machines gave Bowser the biggest fight of his life. But the Koopa King's ludicrous strength, abilities, and united forces ultimately prevailed.
Eggman tried to poach the king, and now he's wrecked and scrambled.
The winner is Bowser.
Gloriously terrible. Just trying to, like, go back over some of the things I've said. Yeah, so this video was pretty fucking stupid, especially with, like, the scaling that they tried using. Like, it was pretty obvious that this was not... Where did they say it?
Into 5 categories.
First up is physical stats. Bowser pretty handedly outmatched any of Eggman's usual mechs, like the Egg Dragoon or the Death Egg Robot.
The Death Egg Robot could level cities. Bowser could punch a...
Yeah, so, like, here, for example, it's like, they're trying to lowball, like, Eggman to town level. Like, this character who is, like, universal to multiversal, possibly higher. Says the person lowballing Mario's feats. I'm not lowballing it, I'm just not wanking it, there's a difference. I mean, you guys have tried convincing me about Mario's feats, and they're still not impressive enough to beat the Sonic characters, so I don't really know what to tell you. So it's like, regardless, and it's like they're lowballing Bowser to like country level as well, which is freaking stupid. I don't get it, man. Eclipse Cannon, enough said. Yeah, that's a fair point. Like, the Eclipse Cannon is fodder compared to the other shit he's created, and it's still capable of planet busting. Like, casually. So again, like, by their own logic, Eggman one-shots Bowser. Like, by their logic, it's like, oh, this is the most impressive feat for Bowser that we can quantify. Even though he survived a fucking black hole, it's like, surely you can quantify that. You played more Sonic than Mario lately? Is there any Mario game you haven't played that you want to? Not really, no. Erasing timelines, ruling a universe, yeah, true. It's like, man. Bowser's space-traversing vehicles match the speed of Eggman's vehicles. Well, again, that's just blatantly not true. So it's like, I don't really know where to go with this. Because the problem with Death Battle is that they just don't know how to scale. So it's like, they'll be like, oh, you literally can't quantify these feats. Moving on. It's like, okay, so which are they? Are they infinite? Are they inaccessible? Are they immeasurable? Or are they irrelevant? You gonna tell us or no? You guys get paid for this shit, like... Like, I'll do this. I'll do this for free, I don't care. It's ridiculous. It's incredible. No, I don't really care about Mario games recently. It's just not really my thing anymore. I do want to replay Mario Galaxy, though. Like, I want to get that to work on my PC at some point. It's just the motion controls that are a pain in the arse to emulate. Mario Team Force. Yeah, true. Toad's faster. Eggman could just break the Earth apart, release Dark Gaia. Jesus, yeah. Usually lowball characters to a casual audience can understand it better. Which is stupid, because, like, I'd rather them, like, be accurate than try to be dishonest. And it's like, if people don't understand it, then, okay, that's up to them to go learn. You know, it's like, I don't understand, like, nuclear physics, but it's like, I wouldn't want people to intentionally get it wrong just so I have a chance of understanding it, you know what I mean? Where does Cybersonic scale in regards to Super? Well, Cybersonic is way more powerful than Supersonic 2, who is already much more powerful than Supersonic. Just to give you an idea. And in my opinion, at least, Cybersonic is more powerful than Hypersonic. Like, because Hypersonic is just featless within the games. Like, he doesn't really have any, like, good showings. Because he hasn't been used since the classic games. If they're going to include weakness, why don't they include the time Bowser got beaten up by Waluigi in Mario Party 3? Hypersonic is way stronger than Cyber. Well, in the games, we don't know that, just because he has no feats. Based on, like, statements and stuff, I think Cybersonic is more powerful, to be honest. Current, though, well, that's the thing. Current Hypersonic doesn't even exist, so it's very difficult to actually, like, factor that in. Isn't that because the Super Emeralds are cracked? I mean, the Super Emeralds are more powerful than the Chaos Emeralds, but, like, I don't know.
Castle out of orbit.
The Death Egg could destroy stars, but
The Death Egg could destroy stars? Wow. Crazy. Also, once again, by their own logic, the Death Egg one-shots Bowser. Like, they calculated Bowser and said he was country level. The Death Egg can destroy stars. By their own logic, the Death Egg one-shots Bowser. By their logic.
Yoshi
Not
can
mine. That is their logic.
match that level of power, and Bowser's strength is certainly above the green dinosaurs. Plus, while both Bowser and Eggman's tech survived black holes, Bowser's was much larger.
So,
Hold on.
Eggman's tech survived black holes, Bowser's was much...
See, like, they try saying that Eggman's tech can survive black holes. This is like his lower tier army. Like, this isn't even, like, any of the insanely good feats. Like, Metal Sonic's not here, Infinite's not there, Sage isn't there. Like, so many like, this is just one thing he creates. The black hole that Eggman survived was stated to be stronger than the Chaos Emeralds. Yeah, and it was just his low-tier army that survived it, like, he basically had no cool machines of any kind here. Aside from the Nago Wisp armor, which was capable of fighting Color's Sonic. So it's like, even that mech, you could get it to Universal based off scaling to Sonic. So it's like, it's so, like... It's insane. Yeah, just, it is a false equivalency, for real. One thing that I can give them credit is they said that transmutation wouldn't work on all the Eggman army. Well, I mean, like, I don't think it would even... I feel like hacks would be the best way for Bowser to win. But I feel like the physical, like, the raw power advantage is just so large it wouldn't make a difference. Dragon Ball fans cry about losing most of the time, then we have Sonic characters. Yeah, well, this is a case of where the Sonic characters were... Well, both characters were massively lowballed, like, that goes without saying. Like, they're unironic, like, they're lowballing both characters, but then again, it's Death Battle, so what's new? The difference is that I'm not saying that Sonic should solo Fiction, because obviously that's false. But I do think that he would win. I got a link that gives a blog that explains their stats better if you want to see it. Yeah, put it in the Discord server, it's up to you. Alright. Oh. Actually, there's two types of black holes in video games. There's gonna be... natural black holes, maybe, but, like, again, there's way more than that. Based on mechs, I would say Eggman would win. Yeah, I'd probably agree with that. Metal Virus, Dark Gaia, Giant Robots, take your pick, yeah, true.
much larger.
So, he may win stats, but this could change with their powers.
So it's like, in terms of... Yes, so based off of their own logic, Bowser's low-tier army would be comparable to Bowser's high-tier army. Like, by their own logic. I'm not saying that's true, I'm just saying that by the logic that they've presented, that would be the case. So again, Bowser should have got physical stats based off that.
So many items and minions that could make all that a moot point.
Aside from power-up items, both could manipulate minds, create duplicates, and alter space-time. However, Bowser had a significant edge in having access to the majority of his
Has Sonic ever won a death battle against a Nintendo character? I think the first time that Sonic versus Mario, I'm pretty sure they said Sonic won. It was like classic Sonic versus classic Mario. They said Sonic would win. They gave him Time Eater, they just didn't he just didn't use it for some reason. Yeah, it's fucking stupid. Oh dear.
his abilities at all times.
Yeah, Eggman can do some crazy stuff, but only across different mechs, fortresses, or space bases. Bowser's all...
See, like, again, it's stupid that they're gonna point that out, because, like, they gave him all of his shit. So it's like, it just feels so, like, sleazy to be like, oh, Bowser's really strong, but Eggman's fodder without his mechs. It's like, but you gave him the mechs, so who cares? Does that one really count, though? I mean, he asked if there was any fights where he won, and I remember that one. Where would you scale Sonic? Like, base Sonic, if we're looking at Frontiers, he should be, like, Yeah, I think it's fair to put him at, like, multiversal and, like, maybe immeasurable speed. Like, based off, like, the power creep within the series. I think it would be fair to put him at that level. That's, like, by himself, by the way. Like, no Chaos Emeralds or anything.
All natural. He's got all his best powers built in, and he ain't even a robot.
Meaning he wins the war of attrition. He even had counters for battle enders like the Metal Virus and Spatial Displacement Trap. Context matters for those weapons, and both backfired in the past. But more importantly, Bowser could simply reverse the effects with his transmutation magic. Conversely, most of Eggman's robots could get turned into, say, a frog or a block with no reliable way back. Bowser takes the edge in powers.
But definitely...
It's like, I agree a lot of Bowser's hacks would be insanely powerful. But it's like, I think fucking the fight would just be over before those abilities could be, like, applicable. Sent you the blog. No worries, where is it? We'll see if it's actually, like, valid. There's a lot of text, but I'm trying to, like, find... Is it going to, like, their skill? Not their skill, like, their actual feats, sorry. Like, it's a shit ton of text. I'm trying to... Like, that's all. Jesus Christ. The amount of things that Bowser has. Fucking hell. Jesus Christ. How big is this fucking forum? Oh, you have to go much further down for them to talk about feats. Feats Bowser overall. I feel like this thread is a little bit inaccurate. Or at the very least, they're trying to, like, lowball the characters. They said the Phantom Ruby was only planetary. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, fuck. That's so stupid. Yeah, I feel like this thread isn't all that reliable. They like keep lowballing the characters. Because they tried implying that like the end was only like planetary, like Dark Gaia was only that level. So I don't really know.
Not for intelligence. Come on, you have a 4-digit IQ, Bowser? Really? That's cute. I mean, don't get me wrong. Bowser's not an idiot, usually. Just really, really clumsy. Poor fella.
Meanwhile, Eggman's an engineering genius who rarely ever gets bested by brains.
Easy dub. Now, let's talk trump cards.
As in, items so powerful they could decide the entire outcome on their own.
The Phantom Ruby was super dangerous, but specifically targets perceptions, unlike...
See, like, the whole thing with, Hold on. See, like, the problem with this is a weapon that takes control of people's visual and depth perception to lead false information to the brain. See, like, later on in the game, Tails states, hold on. I'll get it. Where is it? What's it? Where the fuck is it?
Sense. I will burn your resistance to ashes, and you along with it. Whoa, you gotta be kidding! That's just a special effect, right?
No, it's not. While we're under the Phantom Ruby's control, it's a part of our reality.
Yeah, so it's not just to do with depth perception. Like, it is a form of reality warping. Also, it's pretty impressive to think about. Like, if we're talking about, like, characters who can fight, like, armies and shit... Hold on. Where was it? No.
He'd have more friends. Let's...
Why, yes, I did.
I think it was here.
I've been looking forward to finishing you and your annoying friends.
Yeah, so if we're talking about armies right now, like, he just, like, Infinite by himself can all, like, at his max theoretical power, he could take on, like, most Sonic characters by himself. So it's like, Infinite already would be able to take out, like, most of Eggman, not Eggman, he would be able to take out most of fucking Bowser's army. So it's like, I don't know. Oh, fuck.
Specifically targets perceptions, unlike...
Yeah. Like, the Phantom, like, I will, to give credit where credit's due, the Phantom Ruby was very poorly written in Forces. Because, like, they kind of go back and forth where it's like, okay, like, it just messes with your mind, but then, like, later on in the game, it's like, oh no, it is just flat-out reality warping.
Like Bowser's Wonder Flower, which mucks up reality for real. The Ruby effect.
Yeah, like, the Phantom Ruby also fucks with reality, for real. And it's also implied in the game that Infinite would have just one-shot every single character, like, if the Avatar hadn't stopped him. So, like, that should go over just, like, how powerful Infinite is. Phantom Ruby is more powerful than the Emeralds. No. I wouldn't say that. I think the full set of I think the Chaos Emeralds are more powerful than the Phantom Ruby. Or at the very least, the Chaos Emeralds are more powerful than, like, the fake Phantom Ruby that Infinite had. Because, like, Infinite didn't even have the strongest version of the Phantom Ruby. But Eggman did.
Did a whole planet, but the Wonder Flower had the power to alter the universe. Also, the dream...
See, again, like, altering the universe. Oh, cool. Like, a weaker Eggman mech could literally destroy the universe. Cool.
Stone's ability to wish anything out of existence would have no problem cleaning up Super
That's actually a fair point as well, Axiom. Like, Infinite could also just create his own mini-army. That's a fair point.
Neo Metal Sonic or Time Eater.
Their most prized possessions was a cover call. Together, the Chaos Emeralds can break the universe, but so can the Grand Stars. Arguably not as much given the Emerald scaling to Solaris, though Power Stars and Grand Stars...
See, like, the Emeralds scale massively above Solaris. Like, I don't really, like... Because, again, what they didn't factor in is the characters get more powerful with age. So it's like, the Emeralds by now would be able to... Like, realistically, if Solaris didn't have his hacks of existing within the past, present, and future, Frontier's Supersonic would kick his ass. Like, no diff, honestly, at this point in the series. Based on, like, how massive the power creep was in the series. So it's like, again, it's...
are far more plentiful. Clearly, this is getting fairly abstract, and both had multiple options that could win the day instantly, so the safest bet is to call this category a tie.
See, that's it. It's another interesting thing when they say that. They're like, oh, both characters have things that can instantly fuck over the other. It's like, okay, but Eggman's faster and more powerful, so surely he would win the fight. No?
Which means it's finally time to compare their armies. Eggman seems deadlier at first glance. I mean, look at all those buzzsaws and rockets. Metal Sonic's speed and power alone could solo most of the Koopa troop. But the Eggman Empire lacks something Bowser had in spades: teamwork and loyalty.
Eggman is a...
See, like, by the road, see, it's all the more annoying when they say, so that means Solaris scaling was pointless if you're saying that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, Solaris is literally irrelevant compared to, like, modern scaling. But yeah, if you want to say that Solaris scales to weaker versions of Supersonic, if anything, that would just upscale the recent, like, Eggman mechs. So it's like... But it's also more hilarious when they say stuff like that. It's like, oh, Metal Sonic by himself could solo most of Bowser's army. It's like, okay, so why is this a debate then? Like, I don't get it. And Metal Sonic, especially in his base form, like, he's fodder. Like, yeah, Neo Metal Sonic, that's a different story. Like, he's powerful. But, like, if you're saying that regular Metal Sonic can beat most of his army, then...
Gloriously terrible team player. His alliances are practically guaranteed to fall apart.
Hell, in Sonic Generations, he could barely manage working with himself.
Eggman's army is designed to be...
Well, yeah, no shit. Like, earlier on in the video, you said that Bowser fought himself as well, so... who cares?
Controlled by just him. To Eggman, it's harder to command those with free will, hence his rivalry with the free-natured Sonic.
Meanwhile, the Koopa troop follows Bowser because they actually like him. They train really hard to cover each other.
I mean, not really. Like, he could just give Sage control to his entire army. Like... so why do people scale Solaris like it's the god scaling for all of Sonic? It's crazy. That means Solaris is not as strong as people say. I'm going by your exact words. Well, no, Solaris is incredibly powerful, like, and he's easily the most powerful character that Sonic has fought at the time. But, like, the characters just upscale. It's like, what is the music in the background? Sky's theme from Sanctum. It's like you have fodder versions of Supersonic that's able to fight Solaris. You then have stronger version, like the most powerful version of Supersonic being able to fight the Titans in Frontiers. And then you have characters like Sage, who is somewhat comparable to Supersonic. So it's like, yeah, the Solaris scaling would apply to... Like, I'm not saying that Eggman could beat Solaris, because Solaris has very, very, very OP hacks. And he's pretty much impossible to kill. But, like, in terms of raw power, at least, like, yes, you could say that characters scale to Solaris.
Each other's weak points,
giving them plenty of advantages as this war progressed, like battlefield control through King Boo's magic and Bowser Jr.'s paint. And since the Koopa Troop doesn't rely that...
I mean, they could literally just... Like, Solaris, not Solaris, the fucking Time Eater could, like, neg most of the army. Same with Infinite. Sage's shields are so OP. Like, she'd be able to just neg most of the army as well. So it's like, doesn't Solaris get more powerful every time he dies? He did get more powerful in Phase 2, because he went into his Phoenix form, which was confirmed to be stronger than his base. How do you classify a stronger supersonic when the output is infinite power consistently? Genuine question. Because infinite would apply to universal scaling. So you could just get him to like universal plus or like multiversal or something like that. So like you could have characters like Eggman has multiple characters that would be able to just control the fight. Like Sage could just protect everyone because her shields are broken. Like she could protect characters from Supreme. And it's like, base Supreme could already fight Supersonic. And he's like the most powerful of the Titans. But then you have the fact that Supreme was amped by the End, who was a threat to creation itself. And like, her shields could resist those attacks for a significant amount of time before they failed. So it's like, her shields are fucking cracked. No pun intended, I guess, because we're talking about Eggman. Time Eater could just send them all to the Void. And he could fight them there. It's like, it would neg most of the army. Infinite has null space. Like, what else do you need? Like, it's... Like, yeah, I'm not saying that it would neg Bowser specifically, but it would neg, like, all of his army, because, like, his army's fucking weak.
That much on technology.
You literally just asked me that, Rubo, and I answered it. Like, he gets more powerful when he goes into Phase 2, but I don't know if he gets more powerful every time he dies.
Sage's hacking potential had little use.
Also, secret weapon? Kamek is kinda busted. Canceling Metal Sonic's power copying, stealing the Phantom Ruby, and potentially swapping the Chaos Emeralds were huge game changers.
Add on that Bowser and his...
Because the problem with Kamek is that a lot of the stuff that they mentioned is literally just gameplay mechanics. Like, they didn't talk about... Like, you know what I mean? Like, most of the stuff that they mentioned for Kamek is literally just gameplay. Like the freaking slot machines. Which I think is... I don't think is very... Well, I don't think it's very applicable, to be honest. Also, you're making the argument that he can steal... like, all of these things, which I don't agree with. It's like the Reverse, yeah, he does. Bowser's higher tier members could escape. I mean, yeah, they could escape, but they wouldn't win in a fight. How would it neg King Boo? Well, it's like, I didn't say it would, I said it would neg most of his army. Like, most of, like, the lower tier stuff. King Boo and Koopalings are not weak, and the stuff Kamek can do is canon. Well, if that's the case, then why the hell does Mario, like, ever have any power-ups when he fights Bowser? Like, why doesn't Kamek just steal it? So I really don't think this ability is as OP as you guys are making it out to be. Because it's like, if Kamek was that OP, like, not Bowser, Mario would literally never have any power-ups whenever he fights Bowser.
Army can use...
He would also just prevent Mario from getting power-ups full stop.
Any Mario...
Like, I really don't think he's that impressive.
...or item, and they had millions...
Also, how fast can he do that? Like, how fast can he steal powers? Because that's another thing that people just aren't getting, is just the speed difference.
No, billions of combinations that the Eggman Empire just could not actively plan against. Even with Sage's millions of plans to take on the Titans, she thought them to be unbeatable, which Sonic proved was incorrect.
Just come.
I mean, the Titans were very difficult for Super Sonic. Then you had Cyber Sonic, which was just on another tier altogether. Ugh. Eggman could use the camera that Eggman Nega used. Yeah, maybe. It was a turn-based game, so I don't know. Exactly, it's... So it's like, even if you say that the gameplay mechanics are canon, it's like you don't know how fast they happen. Like, he just wouldn't be fast enough to do this shit that you're talking about. That's just Sonic being him, to be honest. Yeah, pretty much. Oh wow, Sonic winning when he really shouldn't. Yeah, that sounds like Sonic. The Titans also have ways to knock Sonic out of his super form. Yeah, like, the Titans are by no means weak.
Comparing their conquests makes it clear the Eggman Empire took over the whole planet, but Bowser's troop conquered most.
Boo could possess Eggman to destroy the Eggman army. Again, I just don't see that happening.
Of the universe.
Again, if Boo could possess Eggman, then why the fuck does Mario ever win at all against fucking Bowser? Like, why doesn't Boo just possess Mario, or Luigi, or Peach, or Yoshi, or any of these characters? I really don't see that being a factor. I really don't. Sonic beating the Titans in the end is stated to be a fate-defying move, so no, Sage wasn't wrong. Sonic is literally just him. Lol.
Eggman was...
Yeah, and Metal Sonic potentially... I mean, Metal Sonic doesn't scale to Super Sonic, but he should scale to Base Sonic.
no pushover. His wit, power output, and ridiculous machines gave Bowser the biggest fight of his life, but the Koopa King's ludicrous strength, abilities, and united forces ultimately prevailed.
Eggman tried to poach the king, and now he's cracked and scrambled.
The winner is Bowser.
King Boo couldn't even possess a scared Luigi, lol. Sage can control Eggman's army, she has full access. That is a fair point. Yeah, that's actually a really good point. That, like, even if you possess Eggman, like, who cares? Why didn't Eggman do the same things to stop Sonic and his crew? Eggman has techniques, intelligence that rivals Tony Stark, constantly makes stupid decisions. Well, no, it's because he has an ego. And also, like, him... Excuse me. Also, it's even stated in Frontiers that, like, the reason why Sonic is able to match Eggman all the time is just because Sonic's that powerful. Like, it's not Eggman being weak, it's, like, Sage even states, like, with Sonic's skill and your intelligence, you'd be unbeatable. So yeah, like, they directly imply that the reason Eggman is such a matchup for Sonic is because of his intelligence. And the reason Sonic is so good against Eggman is because he's just that powerful. So it's like... Also, quite a lot of the abilities that Eggman has tried has worked against Sonic. Like, he's trapped he's trapped Sonic in the Void, he's trapped Sonic in null space. Tony Stark, a bigger ego than Eggman, having an ego is no excuse. Okay, and Tony Stark's ego also bites him in the ass, so what's your point? He literally gave his freaking... he literally gave his identity, or not his identity, he gave his public address out to terrorists, and what did they do? They fucking bombed his house. Like, what do you mean? And Iron Man still won. Oh, man. I like Sonic more, you're just not convincing me well enough. Well, I mean, you guys haven't convinced me Mario or Bowser wins either, so... I'd also point out as well, didn't he give access to the Titans, or did he not do that?
One of DB's most
I don't think he did, because he said that... They said that Sage couldn't control the Titans, so I don't think he did have access to the Titans.
They explain their speeds even better, including the incalculable speed feats.
It explains the speed feats more. We'll have a look at it. Fuck it. I don't know how fucking far we're gonna have to go down, though. It'd be good if there was, like, chapters or some shit to make it easier. Tony Stark sells more wins. Well, yeah, no shit. And? I don't know what this is trying to prove. Also, you're acting as if Bowser doesn't lose to Mario, like, literally every fucking time. Aside from a couple of examples. So it's like, I don't understand what this is trying to prove. To be clear, she can't fully control them. She is able to set their rage on her current foe. Even in the original ending of Frontiers, the end was driven out of Supreme. She was able to possess it fully. I don't... See, like, again, I don't really know why they're giving access to... Like, why are they giving access to, like, all of this shit? Doesn't in Sonic CD, Sonic canonically travels through... Time travels through speed alone? I mean, he does have the, whatchamadoodahs. The, time gates, or whatever they're called. I just can't believe that you took the time to read this shit. Like, high-end speed Mario arguments, okay. Most notable speed feats, these galaxies are stated to be on the edge of the universe. Mario can return to them via the Power Star, taking them back to the observatory. Reaching 66 or 112.8 quadrillion times the speed of light, respectively, for Bowser's speed. Boy, that's the Marvel universe. Yeah. Having wishing powers, yet can't beat an Italian plumber. Lol. Base Mario tiers would be 66.65 and 112 quadrillion times the speed of light. Okay. They still get blitzed. Like, can we actually get to, like, good speed feats for the fucking Mario characters? Because, like, I swear down they're, like, inaccessible or what have you. Like, are we actually gonna go over that? Or does it just not talk about that? I feel like this thread you've made me read is just not very accurate. Go further down, it's in the verdict section. Fucking Christ. You actually read all of this? Please touch grass. Like, this is so much. Verdicts, here we go. Right, what have we got? Speed. Well, again, they just bring up the quadrillion times the speed of light, but it's not, like... I swear they're faster than that, aren't they? Super speed tier. Yeah, I can't be asked to read that. Like, that is just so... At the end of the day, like, it's pretty much... Like, the only thing that people have given me Mario-wise is, like, inaccessible speed feats for fucking Bowser or what have you. So, like, he still gets blitzed, like, in terms of speed. Like, I can't be asked to read all that shit. Like, if you want to screenshot specific moments and send me them on Discord, go for it, but I can't be asked to read that. Like, especially since most of it wasn't even accurate. My point is, having an ego does not excuse Eggman's failures when comparing Dr. Doom and Iron Man. Okay. And how do you excuse Bowser's failures, then? That he's clumsy as shit? Like...
Next time on Death Battle!
I mean, most of the time that fucking Eggman loses, it's just because Sonic's that powerful. Like, I don't really know what else to say. It's like, yeah, he does have an ego, but a lot of the times Sonic and Mario is just... not Sonic and Mario, like Sonic and Eggman. It's like, Sonic just wins because he's that strong. But yeah, that video was certainly interesting, shall we say. Yeah, I don't know what I was expecting. My god. See, the feats that they actually tried calculating for Eggman and Bowser was terrible. They lowballed both characters by a massive margin. Like, town level, they said for Eggman, and, like, country level for Bowser. When did I say excuses, Bowser? No, I'm asking for you to bring up excuses for Bowser. I think they're both walking L's. That's just a cop-out answer. They're both walking L's just because they lose most of the time. That's such a shit response, but hey, you tried. What do you think about the Eggman and Dr. Willy? I know fuck all about Mega Man, so I'm not gonna bother humoring that one. Did you see the Cell versus Metal Sonic debate in their channel? No, and I don't really care about Dragon Ball, so... See, like, the reason why I don't want to touch Dragon Ball scaling is because it's like a lit match next to a pool of oil. Like, if you talk about literally anything Dragon Ball related, it's just such a... It is just a disaster waiting to happen. I don't think I'll ever touch Dragon Ball scaling. Just know Eggman wins that one. I mean, regardless, based on their own logic, I think Eggman should have won this fight. Again, like, based on the maximum that I've heard from, like, Mario fans in the chat, Bowser should be around, like, multiversal plus, with, like, inaccessible speed, but it's like, that's literally nothing compared to top-tier Eggman mechs, which can reach, like, complex multi, and, like, inaccessible is, like, a low end. It's very consistent. And, like, they even admit that Eggman's smarter, so... And by their own logic, it's like both characters have abilities that can instantly win the fight. Like, I'm pretty sure they said that when they went over abilities. So if Eggman has, like, the physical advantage, and he's more intelligent, and he has abilities that can quote-unquote end the fight before it even begins, then, yeah, like, Eggman should win this fight by their own logic. Like, they didn't even talk about the Egg Wizard or the Egg Salamander, or, They didn't really bring up the Time Eater either. They were just like, oh, Time Eater gets fodderized. It's like, he doesn't, but okay. Also, isn't Infinite stronger than Solaris? I don't know. That's a tough one. I mean, technically Sonic has encountered Mephiles before, and Mephiles is like one half of Solaris. So if Infinite is like 1,000 times or a trillion times stronger than than Mephiles, then he could be. Infinite gets one shot too, which is ridiculous. Yeah, it's rough. But yeah, that being said, I think this is where I'm gonna call it a day. So if you guys want like a proper like video going over this matchup, maybe I will. Maybe I'll break it down. I'll make my own video breaking it down. Or if you want me to do a video where I debunk this in better detail, I can get on with that. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the stream, and we will see you all next one. Take care.